I'm Brittany Lewis with Forbes Breaking News. Congressman Frank Pallone voiced his support for the Lower Food and Fuel Costs Act on the House floor Thursday. The New Jersey lawmakers said that this would be a way to combat high gas prices. Pallone blamed pain at the pump on big oil companies and Russia's war on Ukraine. Republicans have been steadfast in faulting the Biden administration for the record high prices. Listen in for more from the Democratic congressman.
I wanted to say that today, once again, in my opinion, the House is taking action to fight high gas prices and protect consumers by empowering farmers to provide homegrown fuel choices at the pump, an option that costs consumers 40 cents less per gallon. At a time when Americans are paying record high prices for gas, big oil continues to exploit market instability caused by Russia's invasion of Ukraine to rake in record profits. Big oil companies collectively made $41 billion in profits during the first quarter of this year. Some of these were record highs, others were the highest profits in over a decade. And it's abundantly clear that big oil companies are more interested in funneling billions to profits to their shareholders and executives than in addressing record high gas prices for American consumers. So the House has to act, Mr. Speaker, to protect American families from this profiteering. And that's why we're here today, to preserve and expand the availability of a cheaper and cleaner fuel option for the driving public. The Lower Food and Fuel Costs Act combats fuel prices by allowing for the voluntary year-round sale of gasoline containing 15% ethanol, known as E15 or unleaded 88. Blending more biofuels like ethanol into gasoline displaces demand for petroleum, helping to bring down gas prices for consumers. Today, drivers are paying an average about 40 cents less per gallon to fill up their tanks with E15. This fuel provides significant savings for families during the summer driving season. Let's ensure it continues to be available at gas stations across the country. Increasing the availability of E15 protects Americans from volatile global oil markets and eases the grip big oil has on American drivers. By relying more on homegrown biofuels and less on fossil fuels, this legislation insulates American drivers from dramatic global price fluctuations, enhances our national security, creates local jobs, and bolsters true energy independence. It's a win-win across the board. It's one of the most powerful tools in our fight against global price shocks and oil and gas profiteering. Now, E15 is also a cleaner fuel option that emits less carbon pollution and burns cleaner than regular gasoline. Today's vote is also part of a broader effort to bring down prices while also cutting climate pollution. So I want to thank Representatives Craig and Axne for their leadership on preserving and expanding access to E15 across the country. Chairman Scott, once again, for including these critical E15 provisions in his package. Mr. Speaker, let's help bring down gas prices at the pump, strengthen our nation's rural communities, and break the grip of big oil by passing the Lower Food and Fuel Costs Act today. And I yield back.
The gentleman reserves. The gentleman from